Exchange Tustin.
Cool Ranch, Smoky Chipotle, Creamy Habanero. Tough call. But at Del Taco, you can mix and match 2 crispy chicken tacos for just $3. So head in now for one Del of a deal. 2 tacos for $3. That's Del Taco Better Mix.
Good morning, I'm Frank Buckley. 6 people are dead after 2 separate collisions just hours apart on the same stretch of road in the Antelope Valley. Details on that just ahead.
I'm Eric Spillman on the UCLA campus. Dueling protests here yesterday from 2 groups who have very different opinions about what is happening in Gaza. It leads to tension, it leads to fighting, it leads to shouting matches. That story coming up.
Good morning, I'm Lena Bourbon in for Jessica Holmes. There's one word apparently people hate to hear from their bosses. We'll tell you what it is and why it triggers anxiety for employees. Coming up.
Come see me would probably be it. Good morning, I'm Sam Rubin, new here at 10 o'clock. Jerry Seinfeld says there's a big problem with TV comedy. You'll hear from Seinfeld directly in live conversation. The great Mina Suvari, she is here. Brand new show to talk about. She'll join us live.
Weather finally catching up to the calendar. We've been in spring for a while, and it hasn't been really spring California-type weather whatsoever. But for this week, things are going to be looking pretty good with warm temperatures, 70s, finally reaching it also into the 80s. Great beach shop right there, clear skies for most areas, and the temperatures, coastal warming up to 68, downtown Los Angeles 73, and the San Fernando Valley up to 82 degrees, 78 high desert, Inland Empire 82, Orange County inland 78 degrees. Frank.
An encampment of pro-Palestinian protesters remains on the UCLA campus this morning. The tents went up last Thursday. Students upset over the war in Gaza. Scuffles broke out yesterday amid dueling protests. KTLA's Eric Spillman live in Westwood with the latest for us. Eric, good morning.
Morning, Frank. This morning, the pro-Palestinian tent encampment is growing larger here on Dixon Plaza, center of the UCLA campus. Let me show it to you. It's surrounded by wooden and metal barricades and signs. It started with just a few tents on Thursday of last week. Now there are more than 50 of them here. It's kind of hard to see them behind all that wood. They're demanding UCLA divest from companies with ties to Israel, and the pro-Palestinian protesters here are actually controlling who can go in and out of the encampment. They actually have appointed their own guards to block public walkways here in the center of campus. I want to show you some pictures from earlier this morning. Some UCLA firefighters wanted to enter the encampment to inspect it for safety, to see if there are any fire hazards. They were told they could not come in, but the firefighters dismantled one of the barricades, moved it aside, and went inside anyway over the objections of the demonstrators who tried to block their way. When we tried to go inside with our news camera, the pro-Palestinian demonstrators would not let us pass. Are we not allowed to, sir, can we talk to you?
Firefighters, not you guys.
Why not?
Please step back.
Why can we not go through here?
Because we're not letting media in right now.
I know, but this is a public campus. Why are we not able to go through?
Because we're not letting media in right now. There's
I know,
an
but
encampment going on.
who are you? Are you a
Can
police officer?
you take a step back, please?
No,
Even the firefighter just said to please step back.
Well, I mean, he's a
Please step
firefighter.
back.
He's not a police officer. What's
You're
the
not
problem?
a firefighter, so you're not coming in.
Well, why am I not allowed to come in there?
Because we're not letting media in right now.
I know. Well, what are you afraid of? Why do you not want to have people talk to you and find out what your protest is all about?
How did you get through here?
So you guys are in charge of who gets through? Now, I asked to speak to somebody from the pro-Palestinian group, but so far they have declined to offer us a spokesperson. Now to some pictures from yesterday. A pro-Israel group organized a counter-protest here just a few feet away from the pro-Palestinian encampment. Those demonstrators showed up with Israeli flags calling for Hamas to release the hostages in Gaza. And the two sides got into scuffles.
Stop killing children! Stop killing children! Stop killing children!
At least one person was hurt here. A pro-Israel demonstrator was knocked to the ground. She had to be carried out of the crowd later on and was apparently bleeding from the head. UCLA called in more security and brought in officers wearing riot gear, but as far as we know, nobody was arrested. Now, I'll show you some pictures from this morning, aerial shots from Sky 5 HD, and we spoke to the director of the Hillel Jewish organization here, And he blames the university administration for allowing the pro-Palestinian group to take over a section of campus with their tent encampment. Also, a professor who works here complained about it to a university official.
There is no law and order in this campus. It's total anarchy. And the only people that you're enforcing it against are law-abiding citizens. These people here that are breaking every single law, no enforcement.
Back here live, it continues this morning. The folks who organized the pro-Israel demonstration yesterday left behind their video screen. Some of them are still here this morning, and they're projecting a video that shows support for Israel to the pro-Palestinian side, which is really not very far away, maybe 50 feet away. And so again, we have this kind of standoff taking place. Numerous private security who've been hired by the university here to kind of keep the two sides away from each other. So far, it is calm here this morning, definitely a contrast from what we saw yesterday. We'll send it back to you in the studio.
Eric, thank you for that. Israel has offered Hamas a 40-day ceasefire and the release of Palestinian prisoners in return for Israeli hostages being held captive in Gaza. U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken called for an urgent deal between both sides. He made his comments this morning as he met with Arab leaders in Saudi Arabia's capital of Riyadh. There's hope that a deal could avert an Israeli assault on Rafah. More than 1 million people have already fled their homes and Israeli bombardments and are living in shelters.
USC campus remains closed to the general public this morning. Sky 5 over the scene in Exposition Park. Students and faculty only allowed to enter campus through 2 designated areas. On Saturday, a protester vandalized the iconic Tommy Trojan statue, spray painting the words "Say No to Genocide" at the base. No word if anyone was arrested for that, but the LAPD issued a citywide tactical alert Saturday night in response to the disturbance. University President Carol Folt issuing this statement. USC has long-standing protocols that allow for peaceful protesting. We've been working successfully with our community to ensure these rules have been followed at gatherings, protests, and vigils taking place all year. USC also has firm rules regarding harassment and bullying that we will uphold.
The CHP is investigating 2 separate deadly car crashes that happened in the Antelope Valley. A total of 6 people were killed. One person in the minivan died this morning when that vehicle collided with a tractor trailer. It was reported at around 5:30 this morning along Pear Blossom Highway near Hample Avenue in Pear Blossom. We are told the semi was on the side of the road when the minivan hit it. Investigators are trying to determine why the driver veered into it. Last night, 5 people were killed in a crash not too far away from the other one. It happened shortly after 8 o'clock and also along 138 or Pear Blossom Highway near 106th Street, but in the town of Little Rock. The impact sent one car rolling into some bushes and put the other on its side. Investigators are looking into whether speed, drugs, or alcohol may have played a role.
The hush money trial of former President Donald Trump resumes tomorrow. The court dark today for Passover. We do not know who will testify tomorrow because prosecutors do not want Mr. Trump attacking any witnesses publicly before they testify. On Thursday, the judge will hold a second gag order hearing to determine if Mr. Trump has violated it. 3 witnesses testified last week, including the former publisher of the National Enquirer, a former executive assistant at the Trump Organization, and a banker for Michael Cohen, Mr. Trump's former personal lawyer and fixer.
Los Angeles' Mayor Karen Bass is in Washington, D.C. this week seeking solutions for the homelessness crisis, not just here in L.A., but also nationwide. Mayor Bass is the chair of the U.S. Conference of Mayors Task Force on Homelessness. She will lead the delegation when they meet with the members of Congress and the Biden administration this week. The group, representing more than 50 mayors across the country, will push to expand housing eligibility for veterans. The delegation also calling for increased funding for housing vouchers, as well as higher cap that will allow cities to build more affordable housing. And a young bear was spotted lounging around near the backyard of a Sierra Madre home. The homeowner tells us the home is where the bear comes to very often, almost every single day. Now that winter hibernation is over, bears continue to venture into neighborhoods this time of year looking for food. Experts say they should keep their pet food inside and make sure your trash cans are locked to help keep the bears away.
I like how it's just sort of sitting there,
Scratching his belly.
tummy.
Yeah, it's nice.
Not very self-conscious about it.
No. Henry, who knows quite a bit about bears, was earlier saying this morning that generally what we have, the bears, the brown bears are they, I guess, or whatever, they're like harmless. You don't want to go and mess with them. You don't want to go play with them.
One of them is the one that the black bears and the brown bears. The black bears are the one we're supposed to be afraid of?
They're more dangerous.
Okay.
We don't have black bears right here.
Okay.
So, you know, you want to stay away and don't get in there. But they're friendly.
You can go up and scratch their belly if you wanted to?
That one you probably could.
Yeah.
A little behind the ears, too.
Children, if you're watching, that's not true.
Not a good idea.
Especially not a mama bear and her cub.
No, that's a different issue altogether. But they're generally not out to attack and eat us. Here we go. Weather forecast on this Monday. Things are looking good. We're closing out the month of April. We're just about into May, and you know what comes with May, May gray, and then June gloom. But for now, let's just enjoy the beautiful sunshine and the nice weather. Temperature right now is 65. It's 1 degree warmer than yesterday. Winds are from the west at 9 miles an hour. And almanac, yesterday our high, 74, 73 is average. 2008 was when we set a record.